Welcome to Cherry Blossom Yoga. I'm Robin Dinerman. This is a half-hour Hatha Yoga class for beginning and continuing students. Please join me. If you are able to stand and move around, that's great. If you'd like to watch for the first time, that's wonderful too. If you're not able to stand, or if you prefer to stay seated on a couch or a chair, join us. We'll be doing deep breathing, coordinated stretches, and postures known as asanas, and do what you can. This is all about learning about your body, the mind-body connection, how your mind influences your body, and your body, how it feels, influences your mind and your emotions. In my classes, I usually ask, wow, it's been so many years, but I basically get the same answers to this question. What parts of the body need attention? And usually it's neck and shoulders, and hips, knees, lower back. That's pretty much the whole skeletal system. Feet sometimes. Today we're going to focus on neck and shoulders and do some exercises, some asanas, some deep breathing that help strengthen the shoulder area and help loosen the muscles of tension. And keep in mind, a lot of our movements during the day are forward. If you're driving a car, you're slightly forward unless you can be aware and sit yourself upward and adjust your seat and sit tall. If you're doing the dishes, if you're at your computer, there's this leaning forward. And yoga likes to balance out. If you use one group of muscles, you do the opposite. If you move to one side, you go to the other side. So to counter all this forward movement, try during the day to do a little bit of backward movement, a little bit of arching of the spine forward and back to loosen up the spine. But here we're going to focus a bit on neck and shoulders, and we'll move down to some other areas as well. Okay, to begin with, we're going to bring our fingertips to the shoulders, elbows up, exhaling, bring the elbows together, inhaling and open. Exhaling, close. Inhaling, open. Breathing in through the nose, right here, opening up, and exhaling through the mouth. I like to make a ha sound. So notice the feeling, the sensations in your shoulders. You might feel the stretching of the muscles between the shoulder blades, the rhomboids. And now draw a big circle in the air with your elbows. Notice there's any tension or tightness or sensitivity. We don't want pain. If you're feeling pain, you might do this very cautiously and maybe just a few times. So we're going backwards now. Lifting, opening, closing. Try to bring the elbows back. And you may feel that you're generating a little heat. This is warming you up. And release the arms. Shoulder rolls backwards. Try to scrunch the shoulder up under the ear. Then the other shoulder. Then alternate shoulders coming forward. So take your time, scrunch the shoulders up so you can feel them move up to the neck, to to the ear. This is all designed to warm up the muscles, make them more elastic, and help you release tension. And then long arms, but this is not swimming the crawl. You are reaching back as much as you are reaching forward. So your shoulders stay above your hips. You can imagine that you're in the pool and you can feel the water moving in between your fingers. And then bring the backs of the hands together. Now, this is an isometric exercise. You're pressing the backs of the hands against each other. So this flat part of the back of the hand, press. Rotate the arms backwards, point the thumbs back, squeeze your shoulder blades in toward the spine, and then tuck your pelvis under. Take a deep breath. You'll feel how the chest lifts, opens. You can bring the elbows a little closer together, and then exhale. Rotating inward, pressing, and inhaling, rotating back. And inhale. Now exhale, bring the arms forward, hinge forward, lower your head, and let the shoulders hang. Feel the muscles stretching in between the shoulder blades. Let the head become heavy. The back of the neck stretches. Your knees are bent a little bit. And then we're going to open the arms, unhinge upward, and arms out at about a 45-degree angle. You can lift your chin just very slightly and then look up. Inhale, big breath in. Now contracting the belly muscles, hinging forward, knees bent. Come forward, lift the sit bones. And inhale up. You can reach a little higher each time if you want. And one more time. Interlace the fingers above your head. Try to line your elbows up with your ears and turn the palms up to the ceiling. You can reach up through the shoulders and lower the shoulders and breathe. Turn the palms down and lean a bit to the side. So you'll feel the stretch under the arm, deep into the shoulder joint. Keep your gaze straight ahead if you can. And then if you're able, come down a little bit more. Now lifting from the upper shoulder, the shoulder that's up, come to the side and release to the other side. So after a couple breaths, let go some more. So now you can feel the stretch again, deep into the shoulder, under the arm. It travels down the rib cage toward the hip. Then inhale back to center. And release the arms. Let the hands become heavy. And they'll float down to your sides. Now close your eyes. Scan your head, neck, shoulders, upper arms, forearms, hands, and fingers. You might notice a little tingling. You might feel a little bit warmer through those areas. Now another good one is to give yourself a good pat on the back. So first of all, warm your hands up. rub them together. You feel some warmth. Then cup your hand and give yourself a good pat on the back, down to the shoulder, going up into the neck. Good solid hit. Yeah. Ooh. And then rub the hands together again. The hand is cupped. It works its way up right into the muscle here and then up the neck. Okay, I guess I better stop that while you're at it and the hands are warm. Cup your hands over your eyes. Close your eyes. And just absorb the warmth, the darkness. Move into your neck and shoulders. Notice if you feel any difference. And release. A little bit of twisting also helps. One hand on top of the other, arms at shoulder height. Breathe in. Turning to one side, follow the elbow back. Eyes on the elbow and twist around. And inhale back to center. And exhaling to the other side. Eyes to the hands. Take your breath in. Exhale, twisting. Look to the elbow. Feel that nice twist throughout your back. It feels so good. Try to keep the hips forward so your rib cage is rotating. And one more time to this side. Now I'm going to wrap one arm behind me. The other arm is going to be straight up, and then I'm going to twist, rotating the rib cage, and reach for a spot, maybe a cloud if you're outside, or a spot on your ceiling, and pull I have my left arm reaching forward, I've got my right arm right behind me, and I'm trying to reach all the way around my waist. So this gives a nice stretch deep into the shoulder. My eyes are on the fingertips or the space just beyond. And twist and wrap the other way. Reach around and look. Keep reaching for that space. So once you're in position, you're still moving. You're still reaching a bit more. And breathing. And come back to center. Both hands behind you, fingers interlaced. Bring the elbows toward each other. Tuck the tailbone under. We're going to do Yoga Mudra, chest expander. So draw the shoulder blades in toward the spine, keeping your spine straight. Breathe in. And exhale, reach out through your hands. You're going to squeeze the shoulder blades in toward the spine, reach out through the hands. Don't lift too high, go as far as it feels comfortable, and then reaching is what makes this exercise dynamic. Breathing in and letting go as you breathe out. Another version of this, if you want to try, is chest expander. Knees just a little bent. Hinge forward from the hips. Flat back. Lengthen through the spine, including your neck. Slowly separate the hands. Bring your hands down to your feet. Let your head hang. Let the neck stretch out. Little by little, especially if you pull your tummy in, you're going to sink down closer to the floor. Press down evenly through your feet. So now you're feeling the stretch in the lower back, the backs of the legs. We're going to bend one knee, straighten the other. And then either uncurl upward. I'm going to come up with a flat back. So I'm going to lengthen the spine, lifting the back of the neck. I think I'll throw the arms out into T position and then slowly unhinge upward. Flatten the hands, press the heels of the palms out toward the walls or outside, wherever you are. Breathe in and exhale, push and release. And notice how your arms feel. Sometimes mine feel like they're going to float upward, or I can feel the warmth generated throughout my body now through the stretching. We're going to take a moment for a break, and then we'll return to Cherry Blossom Yoga. If you're seated, you can stay in your chair, or I'll be down on the floor. So come join me. Back to Cherry Blossom Yoga in just a moment. Welcome back to Cherry Blossom Yoga. Come join me. I would like to do some seated postures. Since I'm on the floor, I want to elevate my hips. So I'm going to sit on my folded blanket. And that helps, in my case, for the knees to drop down. Some people are very open or have loose tendons, and they're able to sit in lotus position, which I can no longer do. But this is pretty good like this. So pausing for a moment and breathing. Breathing in and breathing out. So focusing on the breath for a moment. Breathing in to the count of 4 and breathing out to the count of 6. Inhaling 2, 3, 4. Exhaling 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Now try inhaling to the count of 4, exhaling to the count of 8. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. So find a rhythm that works for you. Mine began to change as I relaxed into the breathing and became more focused on the breath. I went from the count of 4 to 5 in, and then 8 out, and then 5 in, and then 10 out. So work out something for yourself where you're fully expanding your lungs with a really deep breath, breathing in through the nose, breathing out. If you imagine that you're blowing air into a straw, that reduces the size of the exit and it slows down. It helps you stretch out the out breath. So that's the little secret to extending the out breath. Also, be sure to engage the belly muscles, pulling the navel back very slowly as far as you can, which helps push against the diaphragm, which pushes the air out of the lower lobes of the lungs and helps cleanse your lungs. So you can sit with your legs straight out or tuck one leg in, and the foot is straight up, both hands on top of the thigh, and you're going to slide the hands down to the outside and pull and twist. Looking as far as you can over your shoulder, and then wrap the arm behind your waist, reach for your hip bone. You might be able to see my fingers reaching around. Sit tall as you can. And release, a good spinal twist. Both hands on top of the opposite leg, the knee that's bent. You're going to pull, exhaling, turning the head, wrapping the arm around, reaching around, for the hip or the thigh. Twisting as you're releasing the air, the rib cage rotates a little more. Keep the shoulders low and the eyes looking as far as you can to the corners. And inhale back to center. And exchange legs. Tucking the other leg into the thigh. Placing both hands on top, twisting around and wrapping the arm around. The rib cage turns, your head turns, keep your chin level, and eyes look to the corners. And inhaling back to center, both hands on top of the thigh and turning, wrapping the arm behind, lowering the shoulders, twisting to the other side. Sitting as tall as you can and releasing back to center. And legs out into a wide V and roll them inward and outward. So the twisting movement helps the digestive system. It stimulates and tones the abdominal organs, generates warmth. And what we're doing now, of course, is opening up the hips. And then we're going to reach one hand after the other. Arms parallel to each other. Reach just a little bit more. And then come back to center. Sitting as tall as you can, turn to one foot and walk your hands down. Now, a lot of people in my classes can reach like this, although some people can also reach like this. So I'm turning toward the foot. Each exhalation, I'm going to reach a little bit more, sinking down. And coming a little closer. And then reaching up, coming back to center, sitting tall. Deep breath in and out. So this helps stretch the lower backs of the lower back muscles, the backs of the legs. And starting, reaching for the ankle first. You can feel with each exhalation, you're going to sink down a little more. If you can, reach for the foot, wrap your hand over. And reach upward, come back to center, come into a comfortable seated position. Or lie flat on your back in Shavasana, the corpse pose. Touching index fingers to thumbs, resting your hands either up or down on the legs, press down through the sit bones. Sit tall and breathe deeply. Remember all the stretching, deep breathing, and the asanas are all designed to work together to quiet the mind, relax the body, and restore energy and focus. Thank you for joining me today. I hope you're feeling wonderful. And I hope you can carry that feeling with you into your day, into your week, and into your life. Namaste.